Hey everybody, it's Vanessa and Anna from Obsessive Programming here.
And today we'll be teaching you how to do basic movements on both Scratch and Alice. We're going to start with Scratch first. So as you know, you're going to want to open Scratch and sign in. Once you're signed in, you're going to want to go to My Stuff or create a new project. And I'm going to open up Tutorial, the same thing I was using in the last video. So I'm going to be teaching you like some basic coding in Scratch here. So in order to code a character, you're going to have to click on the character you want to code. So if I want the cat to be talking, then I'm going to have to be clicked on the cat. If I want the bananas to be moving, then I'm going to have to be clicked on the bananas. Same with our imaginary, weirdly shaped, really weird rock. Okay, so this panel is where you're going to be coding. We already showed you that there are a bunch of mini things inside of this panel. So in Motion, you can have stuff move. And now you see, this green flag is how you make what you coded happen. So as you can see, when I clicked it, my cat did not move at all. And that's because we don't have the step when green flag is clicked. We want them to move. So you're going to want to go to Events. You're going to want to go to Events, and you'll see the tab called When Green Flag is Clicked. So now whenever I click the green flag, my cat's going to move 10 steps. And also, every time you click the green flag, the cat's not going to reset back in the spot. You have to program that. See? Because if I just keep on clicking the flag, the cat's just going to keep on moving forward. So back to Motion. So if I want my cat to move 10 steps forward and then say turn some amount of degrees. In order to change that, I just have to click in it and type what I want it to be. I want my cat to turn 90 degrees in this clockwise direction. So I'm going to run it and see what happens. And did you notice that it didn't step and then turn? It did it at the same time. There is a control for that also. You have to go to Control, and you can see wait 1 second. So when you wait, it will pause however much time you have in here. Say I want to do it for 3 seconds. And now before it's going to turn again, it will move 10 steps. So you see, you could see the pause. And I'm guessing you probably noticed that it hasn't reset yet back to its spot. In order to do that, you're going to have to go to, you're going to want to put it as go to XY whenever the green flag is clicked at whatever starting point you want it to start at. So I'm going to have mine start at 0, 0 each time. Now whenever the green flag is clicked, my cat's going to move back to 0, 0, move 10 steps, wait 3 seconds, and then turn 90 degrees. So watch. Now, did you notice that it didn't turn back in the direction? That's because we never specified which direction we wanted it to be facing. You would fix that by the button called Point and Direction. You would drag that right under Go to 0, 0, and pointing to the direction 90 would be have it facing straight, 180 would be upside down, etc. So now let's click the green flag and see what happens again. As you can see, the cat righted itself and then it turned 90 degrees after it did the 10 steps. So those are some major things in Motion and some major things in Control and Events for right now. Now if we go to Looks, this will determine it's what you say and think and just what pops up over here. So if I want my cat to say hello after it turns, and then I have to use the say block. If I would just want them to say hi, then you click and type hi. Now there's a difference between say and think. There is a speech bubble. You'll see the difference between the speech bubble over here in this video pane when we click go. As you can see, there's a difference between the two bubbles. The think one has dots, and say is just a regular speaking bubble. There's other things in every tab that we haven't gone through, but those we'll go through them later, and the ones we went through are some basic ones that everyone should know before you change things. So now we're going to move on to Alice with Vanessa.
So, last time in Alice, I was showing off the different mechanics in how you can move your characters, or not move your characters, on how you can size your characters and change your background. I ended up with a very tall character and a very strange background, so I made another one that looks a little bit more normal. So I am going to open it from this, and I have renamed my new one Alice Tutorials. So you click open, and it'll show it up there, and then you can click OK, and it will bring up your project. So right now I have the girl, and she is just standing there. So I can have her move direction and amount. So direction, I'm going to have her move forward 2, and you can also add details. So I can have her do it for a certain amount of time. So if I want her to take 2 seconds to move forward 2, I can have her begin gently and do different animations, and you can change the thing that she is seen by, but I'll explain that later. So when you click run, you can see that she just moves forward. Also, you should notice that it says do in order, so it's not going to do them, it's not going to start with this one and move to the other one. I'm going to have her turn right 1, and I'm just going to leave it at that, and then I'm going to have her roll left 4, and just see what happens. So she turns 1, and she rolls vertically 4 times. And up here you can restart it or make it full screen, and you can change the speed so it goes really fast. So you can click restart and then put the speed up here, and then there's pause and play. And then you can just exit out when you're done, and you'll see it over here. Also, if you want her to, what you should notice is that I do not have a starting block, and it just does it on its own. Also, it goes back to its starting position every time. Over here, there is say and think blocks. So I'm just going to have her say hello and think. You can click here to write whatever. So think, I'm hungry. So click run. She'll do the sequence again. Notice that the thinking has little bubbles, and that the speech has the little line. Over here you can change the character you'll be affecting, and you already know how to add more characters. So those are just a few of the basic things that you can do in Alice.
So, as you may have noticed, there are some differences between them. In Scratch, you have to do the button when the green flag is clicked and go to X, Y, and face in this direction, while in Alice, you don't have to do any of that. It just does that automatically. It puts you back in your starting position. Now, in Alice, the turns and rotations and rolls you saw, it's all in 3D. But in Scratch, it won't be like that. It'll always stay in 2D unless you move. We'll talk about later. Again, this pop-up came up, but we're just going to continue ignoring it because we are weird that way. So you should just toy around with Scratch and Alice to get to know the differences better and just to learn the procedures and movements and motions and tabs better throughout them all. It will help oodles.
So, thanks for listening, fellow programmers. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and we will try to answer them in our next video. See you later, fellow programmers!